Let's Go Fishing is brought to you by Ralph Sellers, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Gonzales, Louisiana's #1 Ram dealer. Today on Let's Go Fishing, we're down in Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, in Buras to be exact, with Captain Ryan Lambert of Cajun Fishing Adventures, the legend himself. It's fall, one of my favorite times of the year to fish. He brings his buddy Thomas Metre with us to help us catch fish, and we're going to head out of Venice this morning and go to Baptiste Colette. We don't have a lot of tide, but we have Captain Ryan Lambert and Thomas, which means we're going to catch some fish. So you're about to see it all right here, so let's go fishing. Closed captioning is brought to you by the Delta Marina in Empire, Louisiana, featuring newly renovated cabins on the water, a ship store for all of your tackle and food and drink, live shrimp, gas and diesel, a fish cleaning station, and the Ponderosa Grill and Oyster Bar serving South Louisiana cuisine Thursday through Sunday. Visit us online at thedeltamarina.com. We decided to go down to Venice today, so we leave Cajun Fishing Adventures Lodge. We head down Highway 23 and get to the Cypress Cove Marina in Venice, launch the boat, and then head over to Baptiste Colette, which is on the east side of the river. We go about 3 miles down, and there's some cuts down there that the guys like to fish. We get in the cuts, and Ryan immediately catches a speckled trout. Ryan, why don't you talk about what we're doing?
Then everybody will know.
God.
Well, this time of the year when the river gets real low like this, it gets pretty. Salt water back in and all the specks and all the bait. When the bait starts coming in, historically, upriver where we're at in Buras, November 1st is where it comes in, but down here it starts a little earlier. And these trout are coming in these little passes. You find them with your depth finder in different ways. But when you do, get on them. When you get on them, sometimes it gets really good.
I was catching him in 18.
Downriver?
Oh, God, there he is. There we go.
What you got, brother?
Nice speckled trout.
Right, boy.
Well, anywhere in Venice, you get in these canals, 7-8 feet of water with moving water, you're gonna find some fish. Don't have a lot of tide today. Kind of an ebb tide, so we're gonna see what we can come up with, but that's what you catch. This size and a little bigger. Just going up and down these canals.
Pretty little fish. Speckled trout are beautiful, huh?
They are beautiful, especially in the sun.
I've got one too.
Ryan's got one. Nice little trout. I missed one right here. Right in the middle of the boat.
Could have been a triple.
Right in the middle of the boat.
You ruined that triple, dude. What's up with that?
Well, give me a chance here, and I may.
I think I'm a little speckled trout grabber, so I gotta get slow.
Where am I getting you?
No, I don't like it on my own. No, but I've been thinking about it. I gotta get a pedicure, but I can't get down to my toes good anymore.
You can't even reach your toes.
Yeah, I can. I can stand right here and watch. Get off my ice chest. What's wrong with you? You know I cast. See what I deal with this guy, Thomas?
Oh, you usually don't even need the ice chest.
You know, he thinks he's a movie star, so you can stand on top of the ice chest, you know? Look at Thomas. Get him, boy.
There's one.
In the middle, huh?
Right in the middle. That's a good one. Coming out the water. That's what we're talking about,
That's
Captain
what we
Ryan.
want right there, brother.
That's the ones we're looking for.
That's the ones.
So, you know, we talk about how these fish come up and they get in here, but what are they feeding on?
Well, the mullet and the pogies will go offshore, but the mullets come in, and they'll have a lot of mullet, and they'll follow those in. Other bait fish too, but mostly it's the mullet because the big schools of pogies they'll push off.
Nice speckled trout.
That's a good speck.
I'll tell you what we're finding here thus far, Ryan, is that these fish are, we're in this deeper water, but these fish seem to be suspended because a lot of casting and retrieving.
We don't have any tide, you know, it's neap tide today, so it's not pushing. We got 2 alligators over there. Garfish moving. That's fish here, there's a little bit of bait, but you know, when you get the tide, it makes them go to a spot to hide from the tide around the corner or something. That way they congregate and you can catch them better, but when it's like this, you just gotta nip and peck at them.
You know, in all seriousness, which is why I like this method, because I'm probably doing 2.5 casts to your 1.
Yeah, but I'm catching fish. That makes a big difference.
Boy, that's, I've talked myself.
Most advantageous.
Oh, well, what about me?
I don't know, what about you? Can you land him?
I'm catching fish too.
Well, y'all saw how I showed Kevin that fish?
But then, hey, look, back in the day, Ryan, back when you first started fishing with me, I wasn't going to be able to do that. I couldn't have overcome that, could have I?
No, you'd have soaked down, your little shoulders would have went, your tail would have went between your legs, and it'd been over the rest of the day. You're doing so good, Kevin.
I mean, I've come a long way, haven't I?
Buttercup has really started to blossom. At Cajun Fishing Adventures, we are an all-inclusive fishing lodge. We do breakfast, lunch, dinner, lodging, fishing, duck hunting. Everything that you need. It's entertainment business. People say, well, can we get this? Yeah, you get that. If I can get it, you can have it. It's just a matter of getting it. So, you know, it's been 45 years for us. We've been here a long time. So the top 5 lodges in North America is 12 fishing guides, 7 duck guides. We stay busy. Food is great, the accommodations are great. So it's been a labor of love, but it's been good. So all we got to do is catch fish after that, huh?
Uh-huh. Right on the corner. So I wanted to get close to the canes because these fish will get right on the canes. And if you can get that cork on the canes, you're gonna get some trout. So we caught them casting and retrieving, caught them on a jigging spoon, caught them dead on the bottom. But if you can get on a point like that, you got a really good chance of catching some pretty good trout. But when you're popping that cork, you gotta have it right on them canes. And that's what I did.
We just don't have enough water movement to congregate them anywhere, so they just scattered everywhere, but that's
hey,
okay.
Can I get you to do me a favor? Open that shucks. Yeah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that one. Oh, okay, I see what you were doing.
I was gonna have to do
I'll tell you one thing, you're gonna get, if you stay there today, you're gonna get a lot of
workout.
exercise. Got that one. On a cork, huh?
Let's see what else is over there. That's a needlefish, looks like.
Yeah, that's a needlefish.
No, it's not. You got a little trout of some kind.
That's a good fish.
Speckled trout, buddy.
Good fish.
There you go, nice one. Way to go, Thomas. Thomas Metre, ladies and gentlemen, the fishing machine. A future legend.
He keeps doing this, we're gonna have to get in the back of the boat. It's almost like you guys make a couple of casts with one rod, a couple of casts with another rod. Another one out there. Popping cork time. In the middle of nowhere.
That little grass line right there. Speckled trout, Thomas?
Yeah. Good God almighty.
All right, get him teeth.
That boy is killing him with that shrimp imitation.
Ooh, another little bitty one.
There he is, right there on top of the water. That's a decent one.
What?
I mean, my bait just hit the water. And I caught this one. Jumping out the water, all excited.
That might be a keeper too, buddy.
There we go. I'll let you get off the ice chest.
So because they're not biting very well, because there's no tide, I'm gonna downsize and go to the Z-Man Slim Swim. And when they're finicky, you downsize and for some reason it's easier for them to eat. They don't have to waste that energy and they bite a lot better. So we're gonna try that.
The fall is absolutely my favorite time of year to fish. Anybody that knows me will tell you October, November, December, that's when I want to be on the water the most. Now, down here in Plaquemines Parish and all in Louisiana, we have been under an extreme drought condition, and it's going all the way up to the Midwest. So what that has meant is since July, we've had record low Mississippi River levels. What that means down here in Plaquemines Parish is that saltwater wedge moves up and moves in. And when that happens, it's a good thing because the fish are close. But there's so many areas for these fish to be right now, they're really scattered out. What we're gonna need to have them really concentrated is 2 or 3 big cold fronts. We've had one so far, so today where we're fishing, it's catching a few at a time in one spot, moving a little bit, catching a few more. But when it gets colder, those fish are gonna have a tend to congregate in some deeper water, and it's really gonna be on. It's good today, but it's about to get off the charts.
Oh, I want a speckled trout.
You got one?
Of course, I cast.
Of course you cast and you caught one. All right. That's a good fish.
Slim swim strikes for the 3rd time. Nice little trout. Nice little trout. The only bad thing is,
What's the bad thing?
I won't be able to fish here when that cold front comes in the next couple of days because it's going to blow pretty good out the northeast.
But the good news about that, Ryan, and there is some good news involved in that, is there's so many places we can fish down here.
Yeah, and you know, we've got almost 20 already, so we'll catch 20 here, then we'll go catch 20 somewhere else.
Let's see that one? I'll show him up.
Let's see him.
Yeah, we gotta see him like this. 'Cause you don't want to touch him. That's about an average size Venice fall trout. They get bigger.
Oh yeah.
So that's about an average size.
Now you
right
go
there.
further down river in April, and every trout takes drag. I mean,
Yeah,
I just love
it's
it.
fun.
I love it when it's that time of year. But
All right.
right now, we'll take these smaller ones. These are great eating fish.
Yeah, they're fun to catch.
There's one.
Got
Oh,
one?
Nice one. Grab that net back there, guys.
Oh, you got a nutter?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. That's a good fish. Oh, wow, that is a really good
Might
fish.
be a little red, huh?
It's a red, huh?
We'll
Is
take
that a red?
He's awful light colored, huh?
He is a light colored.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a red.
Nice keeper red.
Yeah.
Nice little keeper.
There you go.
There we go.
Well, I
Look
thought
at
that was
buddy.
a trout for a minute, Ryan.
I'll tell you what, when he first come up, I saw that black head. I said, ooh, that's going to be a beautiful
Yeah, when you
trout.
said get the net, Ryan doesn't normally say get the net unless it's like a 3-pounder. But we don't have a ton of little redfish. We got a lot of bull reds and some little ones, so keeper reds have been kind of hard to find.
Yeah, and
so
this,
that's good
this
to catch.
size in particular, because this fish is 2.5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is we lost the spawn in 2019 and 2020 because the river was at historic levels. And the way it works, they all go out on a full moon and they lay their eggs, and those eggs float. They have to float for 3 to 5 days, something like that. And if they don't have the salinity to keep them afloat and they sink, then they won't hatch. Then after they hatch, they stay out there for another week or so. And the larvae, it's just larvae, teeny icy, and they come into the marsh with the incoming tide. So we're missing these right now, for the most part. I've been catching some sight fishing, but you know, on the points and all, like a lot of the guys fish, they haven't had that many of these. But there's a lot of 10 to 15 inches, and there's a lot of 26 to 44 inches, a lot of that, but not a lot of this. And that's Cajun bacon right there, baby.
We need to get some more.
Yep, let's do it.
There he is.
So you're under.
Throw
You're
in a
under.
fork in the sun, and it went under. We continuing
Oh, nice
to
fish.
pick up some really nice fish here.
That's a pretty little trout.
Yeah. But we talked about we catching them just about every different way possible, on just about every bait possible.
Everybody's throwing something different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm throwing a marsh minnow now. But yeah, we're just sitting there pecking at them and catching them. No tide today, and you know, it's just been kind of crazy. It's been consistently inconsistent, but good. I guess that's a good way to describe it. Because you don't know what you're going to catch them on. You don't know what spots you're going to catch them at, but you're going to catch them.
You're just hunting and pecking, though.
Yeah.
But we're putting a box together.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Thomas gets credit for this fish because I had no idea my cork was under. Today's Tackle Box is brought to you by Dimco, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Fish with a couple of setups here this morning, and let's start off with the cork rig. ITX spinning reel from Akuma, DTR 7-foot spinning rod. Fishing with a 16th ounce death grip jig head, and this here is a marsh minnow from Captain Wayne Zimmer. Yeah, I think it's the Coon-Ass Pride color. Now, a lot of times when you fish popping corks, I've talked about this, people are going to use a paddle tail. I like using these straight tails sometimes, and that's what we were using here. So, about 2 feet under a 4 horseman popping cork, that is the setup for our spinning reel. Now, as far as bait casters go, our Komodo from Akuma, and we have that rigged with a fluorocarbon leader and a 3/8 ounce death grip jig head. Now, the big thing about fishing down here with the jig heads is when you get in the passes in the fall and winter time, you're gonna get in these passes and you're gonna sometimes be fishing 8, 10, 12 feet of water, and you're gonna have current. So sometimes you're not gonna need them, but make sure in the fall you have 3/8 ounce jig heads, because you are going to need them at times. One of my favorite colors as far as paddle tails, soft plastics down here this time of year is the Purple Haze Vortex Shad from Matrix Shad. It's a great bait. Bounce it off the bottom. You can also just swim it. You know, we talked during the show today about, you know, you can bounce it, but sometimes a simple cast and retrieve works really well. And the reason why that works really well is because we told you the fish are kind of scattered out right now. So if you cast and retrieve, that bait's going a lot faster in the water, and you get a lot more cast than whether you're just bouncing it off the bottom. And when fish are scattered, you kind of want to have more cast than you do fewer casts. So that's kind of why I like the cast and retrieve method. And that's pretty much what we used here today. Habit Outdoors clothing. It's awesome, it's wonderful. They make it for winter too. Got some good camo stuff as well. I got one too, double.
Double.
I got a white trout.
Nice
That's a
one,
speckled
nice
trout.
one. Oh,
That's a
good
nice
one.
one there, buddy. That's a nice one. Mine is a white.
Sure is,
That
man.
is a lot better than what I had.
Nice little trout.
Jigs. You fishing with a shrimp creole matrix shad with a chartreuse tail. And that's a pretty fish. Hey, who wanted to come to this spot today, Ryan?
My man Thomas Metre.
Thomas.
Future legend.
Future. Yeah, I think he's taking the category of legend away from us. There's one. Off the point. Ooh, nice trout. Nice big trout.
Get it, boy.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, chunker, boy.
Yeah, Ryan, we've worked this area and really done quite well catching, you know.
The tide's just starting to move, and now we're catching a few.
Yep.
Got a little one here. A little speck though.
Ooh, I got one. Boy, they're right on this point. I think mine is red. I think mine has a dot on it. I don't think mine has.
Ooh, there it goes down. Ooh,
Yeah, mine's a nice one.
Little Corvina.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Little redfish. Beautiful little redfish. Like that. So yeah, redfish, speckled trout, fall, low river, Venice.
Beautiful temperature.
That is the key
Wonderful.
to success. Awesome.
I love this time of year, don't you, buddy?
It's paradise down here.
Yep.
I
Gotta
mean, it's
measure that one.
absolute paradise. I'm sitting here just hammering away at beautiful fish. Catching them in just about, you know, not sitting in one spot catching more than 3 or 4, but the good thing is when you get in these areas like this, Ryan, you come into any one of these canals. I mean, you've got a main canal, you have canals coming off of it, so there's like tons of places
Yeah,
to
there's
fish.
hundreds of these canals throughout the Venice system too. What's good about that, when you get the cold fronts in, you got a place to hide. These Rosos are great for stopping that wind, where you can come in here and fish on those bad days when after the first or second day of a cold front. After that, you can fish anywhere, you know.
And have the, I mean, I guess the big key is to have it, you know, connected to one of the passes, close to the Gulf, where you have moving water. And
Well, right now, I'll leave it here. Right now, but later on, it won't matter because they'll be everywhere. After November 1st, they'll really move in. They'll get in the river. We'll catch them in the river after November 1st. I mean, all the way up to Buras. Gosh, I love that. Then we do a lot of jig and spoon fishing.
Yeah, you
Man,
caught a...
God, I love that.
Well, another great day of fishing with Captain Ryan Lambert of Cajun Fishing Adventures has come to an end. Captain Ryan is a blast to fish with, one of the best fishermen you're going to fish with, and you'll be laughing the entire time on the boat. Also, thanks to Thomas Metre, who smoked us on the back of the boat today. Cajun Fishing Adventures has it all: great guides, great lodging, great food, great service, and this entire lower Plaquemines Parish area is on fire in the fall and winter, but you can catch fish 12 months out of the year. So come down here and visit Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, and whenever you fish and wherever you fish in Louisiana, go to louisianacharterfishing.com to book a trip with one of our great guides. For Captain Ryan Lambert and Thomas Metre and producer Logan Brown, I'm Kevin Ford, and we'll see you next time at our next destination right here on Let's Go Fishing with Kevin Ford.